I walked into the staff meeting and sat at the head of the table since I was supposed to be the lead on the new project, but everyone kept talking as if the chair were empty. I asked a question about the budget, and the person to my left just turned to the person on their right and continued a conversation about the weekend as if I hadn't spoken at all. I've worked at this office for 2 years, and I've always been the top performer in my department. But today, something had shifted in the atmosphere that made me feel like I had been erased from reality. I felt a cold prickle of anxiety on the back of my neck as the minutes ticked by and the silence toward me deepened. The meeting was being run by a woman named Sarah, who I had mentored when she first started, but she wouldn't even make eye contact with me today. Every time I tried to contribute a point or offer a correction on the data she was presenting, she would simply talk louder or move to the next slide before I could finish. I looked around the room at the 12 people I shared an office with, people I had gone to lunch with and helped with their own projects, and saw a wall of blank expressions. It wasn't an accidental oversight. It was a coordinated effort to make me feel like I no longer belonged in that room. After the meeting ended and everyone scurried out without a word, I followed Sarah back to her office and blocked her from closing the door. "What is going on, Sarah? Why did everyone act like I wasn't there?" I asked, my voice trembling with a mixture of confusion and hurt. She sat down at her desk and started typing, not looking up for a full minute while I stood there waiting. "We heard about the merger," she finally said, her voice flat and robotic. "We know your position is being eliminated and that you've already been scouting jobs at our competitor, so we decided there was no point in including you in the future plans." I was stunned because none of that was true. I hadn't even heard about a merger, and I certainly wasn't looking for another job. I realized then that someone had planted a rumor to clear the way for Sarah to take over the project I had spent months building. "Who told you that?" I asked, but she just shrugged and told me I should probably go talk to HR before they came looking for me. I felt a wave of nausea hit me as I realized how easily my reputation had been dismantled in less than 24 hours. I walked out of her office and saw my coworkers whispering in clusters, all of them looking away as I passed. I went straight to the owner of the company, a man named Mr. Bennett, and demanded to know if my job was at risk. He looked at me with genuine surprise and told me that the merger was just a rumor started by a disgruntled former employee, and that my position was more secure than ever. He called a sudden meeting for the entire staff 10 minutes later, and I stood next to him as he clarified the situation and demanded to know who had been spreading lies about me. The room went dead silent again. But this time it was the silence of people who knew they had been caught in a cruel game. Sarah was demoted on the spot for her role in the harassment, and I spent the rest of the day watching my coworkers try to apologize with pathetic excuses about how they were just following the crowd. I didn't accept any of their apologies. I just went back to my desk and focused on my work. I realized that the people you think are your colleagues are often just people waiting for a reason to step over you if it means they can get ahead. I left that company a month later for a better offer, and I didn't say goodbye to a single person on my way out the door.